Hi, this is Brian Hegney, Instructor of Communication at High Point University. Welcome to video 3 of working with color and brushes to create color characters. Right now I want to kind of go over what we might do to add color to this little guy. And one thing I might do is, I'm curious, should I be creative with my color scheme or should I be normal? I'm just going to go ahead and be normal. And I'm going to find images of narwhals, just kind of see what color they are. And there are plenty of ways to do this. I'm going to work inside the smart object itself. If you've been following the other videos, you may notice, hey, the layers have changed because I realized I deleted my work and forgot to save it. So, this layer 0 I should have called narwhal. Layer 1, I'll call that background. Gonna go inside the narwhal and kind of rename that as well. Layer 1, this is my mustache, so mustache. Okay. I'm gonna do my color work in here because what I like to do is paint some color on here and then have it all nice and tidy as a single smart object on the top layer. So I'm going to come in here. Inside the smart object, I'm going to go ahead and look for pictures of narwhals. Narwhal. Yep, not a real narwhal. I might use this picture, possibly. And I'm going to take a little bit of artistic license when I do this, so it's okay if I'm not getting a specific good image. Let's see. I kind of like those blues. I want mine to be that blue, so I'm going to go ahead and right click and say copy image. I'm going to go to my Photoshop and I'm going to hit Command or Control V to paste that in. And I am going to go ahead and create my color palette. I'm going to create a 3-tone color palette. So I'm going to create a new layer. Layer 3, I'm going to double click that, call it palette. And I probably spelled that incorrectly, as I always do. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how ignorant I am. Color palette. Palette. That's what it is. Okay, I spelled it completely wrong. Palette. There it is. Oops. So this is a layer. The narwhal is a layer. And I'm going to paint 3 colors. Okay, number 1, I'm going to find a dark blue for the skin. Or I might find a light blue. Maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to choose, click the foreground color, and I'm going to kind of color pick in here. I think roughly like that might be a mid blue. Maybe that. I'm going to kind of find a medium blue. Say OK. Now with that color chosen, I am going to create, I'm going to tap B to go to my paintbrush. Hit that. I'm going to hit Alt, right click, drag down just to make sure it's a hard edge. There we go. And I'm going to paint that right about here. The next thing I'm going to do is click my little color picker. And I'm going to make a light version of that. Say OK, and I'm going to paint my light version here. Now I'm going to Alt-click the medium version. Click on my color picker again, my foreground color, and then I'm going to click a dark version of that. There. And so now I have a light, medium, and a dark. Alright? In my palette, and I can turn that on and off whenever I want. I'm later going to go over this with a 4th really light color, so let me Alt-click. When you Alt-click with your paintbrush enabled, it does a color picker, and I'm going to click that again and make a 4th very light color. There we go. There we go. And so if I were to close this and say yes, save it, you can see this is what it looks like. And I think these 4 colors will work well against another blue background, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to double click in here. I'm going to turn off my little narwhal, and I am going to paint. I'm going to add 3 layers underneath my picture of a narwhal, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to call the bottom one medium. I'm going to put dark on the next one and light highlights, let's say highlights on the next one. This is a very quick cheating way of doing this, so I hope you don't mind. I am going to not include this brightest one. So this is my medium. Oops. This is my medium, this is my dark, this is my light. Okay, so I'm going to start with medium. And I'm going to paint. Oh, but look at that. Wait, how did that happen? Oh, right. Haha. Yeah, let me just do this. See what's happening here? I'm painting behind the narwhal. Good. And I can't see it. So that's bad because I want to be able to see my color. And the reason I'm painting behind the narwhal is because, let me actually, I'm just going to remove this mustache. Pretend I don't have it. I don't want it anymore. I'm going to select the narwhal layer and set the blend mode to multiply. What that's going to do is I'm going to be able to see below. Everything that's white on the narwhal, I'm going to be able to see behind it. Alright? Yeah, that's weird. Oh, because I didn't paint there. What's going on? Huh. Command C, Command C. Okay. Oops. So, yeah, don't do what I did. I did that by accident. I mean, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, pretend that's what it looks like, okay? There we go. See? And if I dragged this above the narwhal, right, that's what it would look like. Okay. The problem is, this levels layer is affecting everything below it. So what I need to do to this level is say, no, just apply to the narwhal layer. So I'm going to select my levels and click this button here, which is clip this to the layer below it. And if I click that, the adjustment only affects this levels adjustment only affects the black and white lines of the narwhal, which is great. Alright, the fact that the narwhal is now set to multiply means that I can see through it to other layers below, or whatever is white is see-through. And I can see that, right, the medium stuff. But I actually don't want the way this looks. I don't like this at all. This looks silly. Even if I didn't see the stuff on the outside, in fact, I can go and control-click the mask, and I can actually affect this as well. And I just clicked mask on the medium layer. So I can apply that mask to anything. In fact, no, I'll do that. Actually, in fact, I can Control Z. I might want to select all of these layers, put them in a layer group, and apply the mask to the layer group. And now I have the layer group with the mask, so I never have to worry about adding specific masks to these either of these 3 layers. So, but I don't want this medium like that. I'm going to show you one more trick. I'm going to erase this. Whoops. I'm going to erase everything here. There we go. 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 Okay. Yeah. So go back to paintbrush because I'm going to paint with a feathered edge. Oops. Feathered edge. When I do the feathered edge, it looks a little bit nicer there. Control Z. But I'm actually going to turn down the opacity of the brush paint itself. Maybe give it a slightly larger thing here. There we go. And now, when I paint, I can have a wider range of kind of, it's not just flat, right? There's a little bit of, oh, what's the word? It just looks slightly different. There's irregularities in the color there. So once I do that for medium, I'm going to go to my dark. I'm going to alt-click the dark. I'm going to go on my dark layer. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of figure out, okay, where are my darks going to be? Probably, you know, roughly here. This is kind of like guessing a little bit. Let's just paint darks right there. Maybe paint the head, maybe paint a little there. Obviously, I'm going to change that sandwich. Okay, there's some darks there. And then the highlights, I'm going to add, probably the head is going to be highlighted. The sides, whoops. Let me make the edge there a lot more soft. And maybe the belly. And this is just to give it a little bit of a base to work with. Now you see that each one of these layers is important. There's a highlight, there are the shadows, and then that's the backdrop, the medium. And if I were to turn off the palette and X out of here and save it, that's right now what we have. Not amazing, but it's a good start. And I think that's going to be where I'm going to end this video. That's where I'll end this video. So, have a good day. Bye. When you come back, what I'm going to do is kind of show you very quickly how to add a pattern to this, and maybe touch up some more highlights and add colors for the eyes and the tongue. Okay, bye-bye.